Bygone Geeks. It's turkey time. Put that drumstick down. Scout, if this turkey tastes half as good as it looks, we're all in for a real treat. Save the neck for me, David. Okay, Eric.
Love to eat turkey, 'cause it's good. Love to eat the turkey like a good boy should.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
We had a bunch of people write in their Thanksgiving childhood retro memories, and we're adding another layer this episode too, that we had people actually use our listener voicemail.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
So we'll actually get to hear people talk about their memories today, which is really cool. It's going to feel like an old school radio show, which dates us even more.
Well,
reference radio.
What's funny is I put the link on the MySpace page, and I didn't get anything. So
yeah, I was hoping Tom would leave a voice message on there.
He's my number one friend or something,
Don't you forget, you're my number one customer.
My strongest memory is always going to Thanksgiving at my aunt's. And we would have an annual backyard football game every year in which all of the cousins and uncles and aunts would play. And then when that was done, food was basically ready, and we would all fight over the turkey skin, which I know sounds a little gross, but that's my memory.
I would agree. That does sound gross, Paul. I was thinking he was going to say fight.
The skin.
I really like the skin. Give me the skin, Mama.
He puts the lotion on the turkey. Oh, Paul, sorry, man. We'll get to the good part of your memory.
Yeah, he took the time to actually record it, and we're just like digging into him.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
So the next one we have is from Michelle. She says, when I was younger, someone at our table asked me if my dad would pass them a roll. He then threw the roll across the table, and my mom was so mad. It's funny. I feel like I want to chuck a roll at somebody this Thanksgiving when they asked to pass a roll.
Her dad is no longer with us, and so when I got this memory, it just made me smile, because it's someone who is no longer with us but still making us smile. I hope, like you said, when she sits down at the table and retells the story, the legend keeps growing, and I hope she's chucking rolls herself,
Nice velocity.
Sounded like it.
Jesus.
Our next memory is from Nate. He says here, Thanksgiving is why I have such a love for Godzilla. TNT.
I didn't think we were going there. I was thinking about turkey, but we went Godzilla.
TNT in the 90s used to have their Monster Vision movie marathons, which featured old Godzilla movies. Once eating, my cousins and I would rant and rave about Pokemon. I was the definitive Pokemon master because I caught all 150 Pokemon. I peaked at 7 years old. We all did.
Yeah, we have a podcast about only talking about when we were 7. So yeah we're on that same
Who's
bandwagon
peaked
now.
Not me. I'm in my prime.
So the final one that we have is actually a voicemail recording of Steven. So here we go.
Thanksgiving has always been a really relaxing holiday for me. One of my main memories is that I can remember my grandfather just picking his spot on the couch and watching TV. Of course, it was for football, and it didn't matter what team was playing. He just wanted to watch football.
My grandfather passed away a long time ago, but there's so many things he probably didn't know that we observe and take in that they just did naturally.
Don't do it, David.
You
got me in the first 7 minutes. And now you're doing it.
You've got to learn to cry before the pod, man. That's what I do.
Just a half hour before you're just
stare at the mirror and say all the stuff, and I cry then. I don't have any tears left, It's just, and so just hearing Steve say that, it just so it just is like it was like yesterday.
There is something about grandpas in their spot, their chair, their couch.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa had a recliner, that I feel like he had for like 30 years. Like he didn't buy a new recliner. Like it fit him, his body. Like
He shaped it.
Yeah.
I get a new one.
it's like, yeah, nobody else can sit in it. It's ridiculously uncomfortable for everybody else.
That's why it's their chair.
Yeah, but
Really?
it fits him like a glove. But I do every single VHS tape that I watch of my childhood. My grandpa is in that chair. I miss it. I miss it a ton because that house is, I can't go there anymore and I can't visit them anymore. They both passed away just a few years ago. But God, I love reminiscing it. I really do.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. It really is about kind of keeping the traditions and the legacy of others alive.
Yeah.
And whether it's through some delicious mashed potatoes or some chocolate chip cookies or, the firing up the TV and watching Godzilla or watching, Home Alone or watching football. It is, if you think about it, that's all just tradition. It's getting to revisit and kind of reintroduce to the next generation all of these amazing things that made you feel warm and fuzzy, and you hope it makes them feel warm and fuzzy. And that's a really beautiful thing.
We got to live through the community today and their Thanksgivings. It was like a Super Bowl of Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
For sure. So we hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. Whether you're watching Godzilla or chucking rolls at each other or, all that fun stuff. I know that I'll be chucking a few rolls this holiday season.
I will be eating. He'll be throwing them at me. Yeah, I will be eating them.